Hi buddy, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2 episode, can't remember, episode 54. I had to pull up my calendar there. With me Sid, yes, and we are here in our little single player world as usual for this thing. You are, strong tanning, that's coming. Okay, that's done one of them. All good. So we've been kind of pottering around doing various bits and pieces, and I have got out of that's glass, which we are going to need, but we got a whole load of meteoric iron. Massive amount of it. And we have a bronze anvil. Now, we are nowhere near steel at any time soon, but we are going to need a iron anvil. Now I could make iron out of the iron that I've made, which I have not enough there, so I would need to then process up some more of this and yada yada. Or hear me out here. I could let me just go and have a quick. Have I got fire bricks? That's a problem. Or so I'm going to have to break these out. I'm not going to have enough fire bricks. Need to do that then. I could make meteoric iron anvil, which I've got a lot of. And we need 10 meteoric iron and a piece of borax to do that. Now, I haven't located, or at least I'm fairly certain that I have not located borax in this world. Lead. I mean, it's going to have a white pick icon, and still haven't got anywhere closer to having a mod that lists these things for us, because I am not a programmer, not by a long shot, and we haven't managed to lean on Apache yet to to make the mod, although he was quite fired up by the idea of create for Vintage Story, so that might be more likely. Anyway, so we need to do that. I am going to need fire bricks. For the fire bricks I am going to need fire clay, and I should... Oh, is that all I've got? That's not great, is it? Got a little bit more blue, but that's not going to help me. Right, let me go and have a look, see. Fire clay over by Wolf Central and fire clay over here. Not a problem that we can get fire clay. So we'll go and we'll do some fire clay mining, and we will progress this on. Now it is 2200. There's a storm in 4 hours. I better not sleep. I forgot about that. However, we have one problem to resolve, and I have the solution in my inventory. We need borax. Borax. Well, we haven't got any. So to make powdered borax, we need to use powdered kernite. 1 litre of water. So we are luckily, because we've done some sifting of the bony soil. I knew there was a word I was looking for there. I actually only need to do 2 of these, so that's even better. There we go. Luckily, we have a little bit of this kernite. Not a lot. I mean, I've got enough to make 1 more batch of borax, probably. Of course, we need 4 of those, and we need 1 litre of water. That's vinegar. Have I not got a barrel anywhere? There's not. Yeah, that's rot. That's bone broth. That is 21 litres of vinegar. I definitely need to put that to use. Barrel. If I were a barrel, where would I be? I know there's some downstairs, but that's not really my kind of thing. So we'll 1, 2, 3. I think if I remember rightly, that will. That will give me the ingredients, and blob. Now that's got 10 litres in it. So, how do I... So 12 days of seal. Oh, okay, there we go. That's going to take a while then, isn't it? But that's off and doing its thing, so that's fine. I probably should go and have a look what food I've got kicking around, because this is not going to get me through the storm. Well, it probably will get me through the storm, but better to have a little bit more than I need, perhaps. Now, 2.2 years, 58 days, 101 days. Perhaps that then. I don't think I can place you there, can I? No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. So we've got a temporal storm to deal with. That's not a million miles away, so we shall have to deal with that. And we need fire clay because I need fire bricks, so I can make myself some meteoric iron and probably some more glass if I'm fair, because it's only 2448. Might not be enough. The vast majority of the ceiling on a greenhouse has to be glass, so you know, because greenhouses. Anyway, well, I will see you in a moment once we get this storm underway. Back in a moment. Alright, well, it's a heavy one. I'd forgotten it was heavy, so this should be entertaining, if nothing else. I am not going to record the entire thing just because the visual effects of the storm are awful, and a lot of people don't like them. And with it being heavy, it's probably going to be even visually more glitchy. So, I'll see you at the other side, either alive or dead. And there you have it. We have survived. Two headers and a nightmare drifter dropped me 3 gears. I've got hiccups. Excuse me. And yeah, we didn't do too badly out of that. We didn't. I mean, we took a few hits from thrown stones, but other than that, I think we escaped pretty well. So yeah, if it weren't for temporal gears, I would probably turn temporal storms off. Where are you? Are you in with the chickens? Yeah, because realistically, and I've said this before, they don't really add anything. You know, it feels like a poor version of 7 Days to Die. You know, with the Day 7 horde in some respects. But yeah, I'm not sure where these drifters are that I could hear. Not. And again, I don't know whether these chickens are actually doing what they are supposed to do. Have you 3? I'll leave those. In fact, let me give you some of that. Oh, your hunger almost overcame your fear, did it? Okay. But yeah, it's an interesting dilemma. The temporal gears are important for certain things, such as, you know, fuel for things. Something has died or killed something down there. foxy loxy. But anyway, we need fire clay, so let's go and get on with that particular task. It's November, it's getting cold, and in fact I should probably check what my clothes looking like. They're not bad, so because that's going to be an important survival thing if we're doing anything. Is you are just the agri trader, aren't you? I think you're very unlikely to have anything I want. Cabbage perhaps, but I think I've got cabbage seeds. I don't think. No, we'll save our gears, and we'll continue over and grab some of this fire clay that we spotted over here, and then I can get a batch of fire bricks set up in the kiln, and we're good for, you know, stuff that needs fire stuff. Highly technical description there from me. I'm proud of that one. Yeah, so we'll grab fire clay from here. There is of course I may actually manage to dig this one out this time, but there is also the resource up near where the wolves seem to be always spawning. So should I get desperate, we can always go up there as well and grab some. But I think there'll be more than enough here, and that will allow us to do the bits and pieces. We'll get the things. I have a very strong suspicion that this area is going to be too cold even for a greenhouse to be significantly useful, although the greenhouse might be useful in the summer to plant some things that require hotter temperatures. And one thing I'm not sure about, this is, if you know the answers to this, you know, feel free to share, but this is something that we may have to experiment with, is can you greenhouse fruit trees? So a number of the fruit trees that exist in the game require hotter temperatures than, you know, than exist in this area. For definite, than exist in this area. I think that's a given the fact it's November and we're at mine in negatives already. But the big question there is can I stick a fruit tree down in a greenhouse, and will it then get the benefits of the greenhouse environment? And I don't know the answer. I'll be honest. So that might be something we want to experiment with, although it's a long ass experiment, because obviously we've got to wait for a tree to grow to see whether it actually works or not. Which, like I say, it's going to take a while. So yeah, in for the long haul, I'm afraid. Now the other thing that I need to probably start looking at, and again, there's question marks here about whether I start over or whether I take this world and move to and try and upgrade it. Now I know there are world gen issues, so what I would probably do is in the latest version, if I could get it to come over, port over and work okay, what I would probably do is take a lot of the resources I have and move probably south. I'd probably go on a big nomadic experience, go for a good old walk, you know, keep a beacon and everything, and avoid or at least bypass, once we get the terrain gen issues, we can hopefully get to a new area to explore and find a warmer climate as well. And that might be something that I contemplate doing. But first things first, I think I do really need to get my meteoric iron processed. So the biggie there is to get this fire clay thing done. And I've got lots of fire clay. Probably more than I need, to be honest now. And there's still more to be had further down. So always a pleasure, never a chore. So let me just finish off digging this stuff, and I'll be back momentarily. All right, we've got a goodly supply. I haven't got it all, so I've left the marker in place because, you know, still valid. Yeah, so we're going to get this going. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get this done this episode. I am actually in a certain amount of self-inflicted pain today. I've recently started playing badminton again with the crew from work. As for those of you who don't know, I work at the university, and we have a very good sports facilities at the university, and they're very reasonably priced. You know, staff membership is reasonably inexpensive per month. It's, you know, I think it's about £30 sterling a month, and for that I get access to the swimming pool, all the sports halls, squash courts, gyms. There's discounted physiotherapy, so if you get sports physiotherapy, obviously, and yeah, it's a really good service. So I got in there. Yeah, 5 bricks. So 1. Let's just do 2, 3, 4 for now. And as I say, I played badminton a lot in my pre-COVID. And squash actually, although I played squash again recently and probably managed to put my back out after 3 games. So I think reasonably I need to push my fitness levels a little bit before I go back into squash, because I broke myself quite badly. But anyway, today I played badminton, and I'm not a bad player. I'm not a good player. I'm a reasonable player, I think. And this is a self-assessment, which I realise is you know, probably somewhat personally biased, but there you go. But I've got a fairly powerful stroke. I can propel that badminton, that shuttlecock, across the court at a fair old pace. But I also suffer from dicky shoulders. I suppose that's as good as anything. It's just old age thing, you know. They're a little bit crunchy, a little bit grindy, and get a little bit achy. And consequently, my shoulders are aching now quite badly. Especially my right shoulder, because I'm right-handed, which means that's the one that I do the notorious power strokes with. So all good fun. But yeah, it's I'm really pleased to be getting back and getting into the physical side of things. I mentioned I'm fairly certain on one episode of one series or another, and I'm fairly certain it was a vintage story, but I'm actually in a doing some weight loss program at the moment. I actually had hypnotherapy back in February, and for weight management, and I've been following that. I've had 2 sessions of hypnotherapy. I've got another one coming up in just a little bit over a week, actually. And the diet I'm following is essentially a keto diet. It's, you know, a low carb, high protein, high fat diet. And since February, I've now lost 23 pounds. Well, at least the last time I weighed myself. So just a pound shy of 2 stone. Which is great, because it means that I'm now back down below 17 stone. During COVID, I managed to peak at around about 19 stone 7, and I was not happy with my physique or my health as a result of that weight. So, you know, this was something I had to do, and yeah, I'm aiming to get just down. I kind of set a loose target of 14, but technically speaking, well, I suppose not even technically, because, you know, I really can't sit there and go, due to, you know, the technicalities of medical expertise kind of thing. But I believe my point where I get into my ideal weight category is about 13.5 stone, 13 stone, something like that. I'm not entirely sure whether I'll be happy at that weight, because I think I will actually look very, very skinny at that weight personally. And I know the missus is not overly enamoured by the idea of me being overly skinny. But on the flip side, I'm not doing it for looks, I'm doing it for health. So, yeah, swings roundabouts. But yeah, so I'm really pleased I've got back into the physical side. I'm probably going to start running again at some point, but that is going to take a considerable amount of self-motivation, I think. I'm not someone who enjoys gyms. I'm not someone who particularly enjoys running. When I'm doing it, I actually do enjoy it, but when I'm not doing it, I can talk myself out of it very, very easily. There's a thing which actually comes from hypnosis, which is all about the stories we tell ourselves. And it is actually fascinating when you start researching it, because what we actually do, I just want to see, I think it is 32 for a block, so I need to do 32, then I need 1, 2, I'm not going to do, should I do the whole thing? I mean, that's painful, but that's 32, that would be 64. I mean, I certainly could do 3 or 4. Let's just do some more. I completely forgot what I was saying now. It's just gone. But anyway, that's a little catch up on my my life thing. And actually, I'm tempting fate. We are going back in September. We are taking a holiday, and I'm going back to the country that tried to kill me. Yep, I am going back to Tunisia, which is, for those of you who don't know, where I had my heart attack. Seems like it's about 2 years ago now, isn't it, I think. Where a lot of this started from. So, yeah, I'm going back. I'm daring it to have another go. I will be better insured for this one because, it cost me a lot of money last time, although the insurance would have cost a stupid amount of money anyway, so swings roundabouts again. So anyway, let me get a whole load more of these bricks done. I'm sure you don't want me to listen to me rambling while I make bricks, so I'll get this done, and I'll be back once I've made everything that I want to make to go in that space. Alright, I made 2 lots, 128, that's the word I was looking for. 2 lots of 64 bricks, and my heart was not in making more. 128 will do me for a while, but I have made some additional clay items which are going to be fired, because obviously you don't fire a kiln that's not part full, For one, the actual airflows are all balanced on the bench against the premise that it is full. So, yeah, we would have never have taken a part-filled kiln back in the day and fired it. We would have made or found something. Oh, you don't. Oh, hello. You are not actually done like that, are you? Okay. I'm going to break the rule now, because I'm not going to go back and do this. I want this all running. So, yeah, you never fire a kiln that's not full. So you didn't see this. This is a myth. It's a phantasm. It's not real. And we are kind of waiting on time to pass now, because there's a lot of things going on around our base which are time dependent. You know, we've got, oh, actually I can do that. You can go out of there, you can go in there, and you can be sealed. You can come out of there and be scraped with the old scrapey scraper. And you, it's a single small hide, but a single small hide uses that much tannage, so we don't waste anything other than time, which, you know, we're waiting on things anyway, so it's not actually that big a deal, is it? I do need to probably go and put some of my stuff away. I also probably, well, I do know probably about it. I need to, I actually do need to figure out where all of this stuff is going. But we have got a fair amount of flax now, so I'm happy with that. We have got more temporal gears than I can probably use for a long time. And of course we'll have another temporal storm before long, so you see, there you go. I can't actually stack them because they don't stack unless I put the improved stacky mod in, which I suppose I could do. And yeah, I mean, if we look at the map, so if I'm here and this is, it's November, it's 4:30 in the morning, but that's still in its -10, so I don't think a greenhouse is going to help me here at all. I genuinely think we need to head significantly south. Now that from there to there is only 2,000 blocks. Now the south lands from spawn on the Rusty Gear server is about 20,000 blocks, and the south town is 200,000 blocks. So I think I'm going to need to travel a long way. Now there is, if I can close that sound, let me just get in here, and you can't see it in here. I think I would need to just change, let me sort out my case. And if we go in here and have a look at teleport, we may actually, no, we still can't see the block. Interesting. Okay. So I would need to dig up what that is and probably give it to myself. So my thoughts are, moving forward, is to upgrade, assuming all my mods are available in the latest version, upgrade to the latest version of Vintage Story, and then go for a long walk that way. Place a teleportation block at this point, which is a creative item, so I know it's kind of cheaty, but create a teleportation block at the other point, and then we would have effectively a whatever version, the 1.18 off the top of my head. No, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the 1.18.15, and the other one will be 1.19 thing. So, and then at that point we can then start thinking about building a secondary base, which would be our 1.19 base. So that's a thought, just a thought at this stage. But let me know what you think on that one. Not going to happen immediately because it's winter for one, and we need to be able to forage on our way south. And also, you know, we could do with getting ourselves some meteoric iron sorted. So in fact, I can't do that until that finishes. I'll be back once we've got some bricks. Alright, while we are waiting on things, and I have got one bloomery of meteoric iron cooking as well. I didn't have enough bricks to do more. I want to make some more fruit bread, but this is a question that was asked by the cooking master herself on the Rustic Gears server, and that is, can you actually just use the same thing? So that is, but is that, I mean, it's got double cranberries in it. Is it actually double the benefit? So let's just make 2 lots of, we'll make a, we'll do another 6 of those. Or should I just do, actually let's just do that. Because we can. And then we can cook these up and work out what the nutritional value difference is. Now, in theory, it should have twice the value of cranberries added. And if that's the case, then you don't need to have a wide variety. You just need to have 5 slots full with things. So if I take that, for example, we've got those. Let me take another 6. So I've got enough to make more. And if I do that, and yeah, I've got plenty of cranberries downstairs. That. And then we mix up this batch. Then we should have something which is actually very nutritional, because it's got 5 lots of fruit in it. Albeit the same fruit. But realistically, if you made, I don't know, if you made a scone, for example, or scone, you know, take your choice, a fruit scone, and you let me just get 32, isn't it? I need. Yeah, if you made a fruit scone or scone and you put in a handful of raisins, that scone would have way too much. The nutritional value of a scone and a handful of raisins in each thing, or you know, the equivalent, a fraction of the handful of raisins. So taking it purely in numerical values, if a scone had 200 calories and you put in 50 calories of raisins, then you'd be 250 calories in each scone. But if you put in double the amount of fruit, it would be 300 calories of nutrition in that single scone or scone. Again, pays your money, takes your chances. And therein lies the question. These ones should be nutritionally more valuable than that one, and that one should be more than that one. I think it was the other was singles double. So what we will do is we will cook these up, drizzle them with some drizzly drizzle. I've got some drizzle, but we'll go and get some more. And we're not going to get them all in, are we? That's a shame. But that's fine. What we'll do is we'll take these 14 and just because we can, we'll take a mix of 3 fruits, and we'll mix those up as well. I've got to do something. Well, I mean, I can't just sit there and watch a blueberry cook, you know, a watched bloomery never blooms. Is that what a bloomery does? Does it bloom? I don't know. I mean, you get a bloom out of it, so I suppose it blooms. So it seems to be a rational choice. Anyway, we're going to cook these up and take advantage of the fact that we have a whole load of bits going on there, and yeah, I'll be back in a mo. And just to answer the question, by the way, these are the ones with one handful of things, so 68 fruit saturation. Those are 2, 135. Those are 3, 338. So the answer to the question, of course, is yes, you get more. So I've got the rest of the buns cooking. I'm going to add syrup to them. So we've got a good mix, but you know, we can use all of that now, which is handy. Now, what do I want? What have you got? Cranberry wine, not what I'm after. Cranberry syrup, pear syrup. Now I've got 612, 16, haven't I there? Yeah, 16. 1, 2 of those. We'll do that lot, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3 for cranberry syrup. Actually, do 4 just to be on the safe side. Yep, that works. And right, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, following morning, experiment was successful. You can use multiple fruit of the same fruit in the thing, so that was useful to know. This is done. I don't know if these are still going to be hot or not, so let's... They are not. Okay, that's fine. And I don't think... Oh, I will get actually another bloomery out of that lot, but just the one. So in theory I could run another one of those and I'd have enough for an anvil. However, I would like, if I may, I can work this on those, because, well, I'm fairly certain I can work these on those. We'll find out one way or the other, won't we? Let us just go and have a look at this. So I have a mod on here which is Spears Plus, which allows me to make spears in other materials than just the bronzes. Mixed kind of feelings on the mod, because it could be argued that it's a little bit overpowered, because obviously you end up with better spears. But on the flip side of that, let me just put these away. It's not unreasonable, in my opinion, to think that I need to put some of this stuff away, don't I? Right. It's not unreasonable to think that, you know, a society, you know, the Greeks, for example, if the Greeks had steel, and I think the Greeks were an Iron Age, well, were beyond Iron Age, they'd got steel. So I'm fairly certain that their spearheads would not have been made out of bronze, because if you have got capacity to make a better spear, then you don't make it out of tat, do you? So yeah, I mean, it just seems bizarre to me that, you know, Vintage Story stopped me having iron and steel things as a as a design choice, if you like. Utterly makes zero sense whatsoever. So I added the mod, which they're not, I mean, they are obviously better, but are they significantly better? Yes. Are they overpowered? Almost certainly. But, you know, you're making your stuff here out of... Oh, I need a tier 3 anvil. How do I make a tier 3 anvil? I'm going to have to make it out of iron, aren't I? Damn it. Okay, right. Which means I'm going to have to make... Well, I've got 6. So if I grab that and take out that will give me 12. So we have to make an iron anvil. We can't make a meteoric iron anvil. That is annoying, to say the least. So I am going to be working on that in the background. We are going to be disappointing. We are going to be making that up. I shall probably make up, well, I'm no probably about it. I will make up another bloomery and I'll set that making, well, more meteoric, I suppose. Because I'm going to want quite a bit of it. And it always does that. I always manage to press the wrong shift to fill that up, and we're probably going to need to also keep the charcoal flowing. So that's the thing too. But we're going to need to make the high level anvil next episode. That will allow me to make meteoric iron tools and bits and pieces, and if we have a look at the meteoric, because caps lock is on. If we have a look at meteoric, you know, you've got a meteoric falx, attack power 5.3 as opposed to attack point 4.3. Better, you know, just plain better. Hammer 6,500, that's all good. Picks 3,900, that's all good. I don't know why the hammer is significantly better than the pick, but there you go. And if it were Minecraft, it wouldn't be, because Minecraft does the durability based on the number of ingots you actually use. Saw, all good. You know, all of this stuff is good stuff to have. And then the spear is a 5 versus 3.8, so significantly better, 10 damage when thrown. And obviously I get a bonus because I'm a hunter, which is all nice. We can get into doing, well, whether we get into ornate is a question, but we can get into a shield, presumably. Do I have to, can you only do ornate ones? Don't know. Oh yeah, there you go. We can do a birch shield, so that's all doable. And we can do a leather reinforced shield in any of the colours, including just raw leather. So shield is probably something we're going to have to get into. I don't use them a lot, and maybe that's something, maybe that is an oversight on my part, I don't know. Anyway, I have rambled enough this episode. My shoulder is giving me, if not masses of grief, certainly it is uncomfortable, let's just say that. And I will see you next time. Till then, thanks for watching. I will see you soon, and bye for now.